What is good, Guardians? Welcome to another Destiny 2 video from Ultimate Casual Gaming, the home for the casual gamer. I'm your man Just Flexing, and welcome to another video in our Weapon Spotlight series. You know, that series where we showcase a particular weapon in Destiny 2, talk about what makes it a solid weapon to use in the game for both casual and skilled players. We'll get into the perks of each weapon, what to pair it with in terms of loadout, so forth and so on. Now, these reviews are especially meaningful given the most recent 1.1.4 update, better known as the Go Fast update. That's now, wow, it's been a month old. Lots of weapons were buffed and perform a lot differently than they did before the patch, and I think a lot of us now have gotten accustomed to which weapons now are the most effective in the Crucible. So be doing a lot more of these as we go. Sorry it's taking so long to get the second one out. I've had some problems with my mic, but it seems to be working now. I got me a new one, so I'm pretty excited. In any event, of course, if you find the information useful and you're so inclined, please feel free to hit that like button. Now, let's jump right into the Weapon Spotlight series. Now, this video is spotlighting my favorite power weapon in the game, the play of the game rocket launcher. Now, grenade launcher. Now, this grenade launcher is one of the few in the game that is actually worth equipping. I've been using it since I first learned about it from True Vanguard. For those of you who don't know about True Vanguard, check out his channel. I'll leave the description below. But one of my favorite YouTubers and streamers, and True Vanguard talked about this gun months and months ago, pointed it out, and ever since then I've been using it. Now, it's such a fun gun, and I have so many genuinely enjoyable moments using it. This is one of those guns that make you laugh with glee every time you dome someone with one of the grenades from this thing. I know some people prefer the Colony, and while I have used the Colony, it just doesn't give me the same level of joy and satisfaction as play of the game. Now, what's crazy is how underutilized this gun is in the Crucible. I mean, I rarely see them used, with people opting instead to use the Colony, as I mentioned. According to Destiny Tracker, this gun only ranks number 84 in kills in the Crucible, which is just crazy. I mean, it's okay, folks. Y'all keep sleeping on it. All right, let's talk about what makes this gun so special. And frankly, when you come in here and you start looking at things like scopes or, traits, that really doesn't matter. I mean, ultimately, folks, what really makes this gun special is this perk right here, or this magazine type proximity grenades. Now, this functions a lot like the horseshoes and hand grenades perk that a lot of folks remember from Destiny 1. And that's why I love it, because I used to love that on a rocket launcher. We all know how effective that was if you played the game previously. And this is the only rocket launcher that I'm aware of that actually has this perk. Now, again, I mean, you can look at some of these things, and I do use the confined launch barrel on this thing, mainly because it gives a little bit more blast radius to the gun. I think the velocity really isn't that important. I mean, you can go with that, but honestly, when you're talking about this type of weapon, it really is all about blast radius. You don't have to be as accurate, and I actually have a masterwork version of this, which I was lucky enough to also give me a boost to blast radius. Now, I just made it masterwork not that long ago. You can see I've already racked up about 196 kills with it in the Crucible. But again, this is what it's all about, folks. Definitely don't want to use remote detonation. That, again, that's a standard kind of perk on most grenade launchers in this game. You can make good use of that, but frankly, again, what makes this thing unique is the proximity grenades. Now, it also has threat detector. Now, this trait I've talked about before in the previous Weapon Spotlight series that I did. Well, the Weapon Spotlight that I did. And some guns do have this in the game. It really helps increase your reload stability and handling when people are close, and it does proc a lot. But for something like this, you really don't need it. You get 4 grenades in the magazine when it loads, so you actually don't. This is not a single launch grenade, a single grenade launcher. so you don't have to reload it each and every time you take a shot. You know, you really do have the benefit of 4 grenades at a time. So I don't, obviously stability and things like that are really not that important. So this is kind of a wasted perk, if we're being honest. Again, what really makes this thing special is the proximity grenades. So that's all we need to talk about here, really. Now, when you are pinpoint accurate, this thing is extremely deadly. If you land one right on a Guardian, it will take him out in 1 shot. Now, with this, the other thing I like about it is, you know, it allows you to have multiple play styles. You know, you can be aggressive and really use the approach that I've seen some really skilled players use, where you use 1 grenade no matter what, and then you follow it up with a melee, almost like, you know, you would with a shotgun. So it's really CQC, close quarters combat type of play style. Definitely risky because, you know, it does give folks a chance to counter you, but if you're skilled enough, like with a shotgun, you can be skilled enough with this. Although I will say, if you get too close and you don't have your full shield and health up, you can kill yourself. So there's some definite risk with this one. But you can also play another play style. You can be conservative and really always, you know, maintain a little bit of distance and always fire 2 grenades at the target. Now I tend to err on this side of things, so sometimes I waste a grenade because I'll get a good shot off with my first one, but it is the safer approach. You maintain distance, you don't blow yourself up, so forth and so on. The other play style, if you're a person who really likes a grounded attack, again, a la shotgun, this grenade launcher can work for you. You can stay grounded, come around corners, surprise people, pop this thing off, do your 1 grenade melee if you want, or double grenades. Or the other play style is aerial. You know, you can go up in the air. I know this is my preferred attack style. It really surprises people. Jump up in the air with my Dawn Blade and let this thing rain grenades down on people's heads. Again, really fun. You know, one thing about this gun with the most recent update is they did buff blast radius. Now, it's not a huge improvement, but basically it was about 0.5 meters on the blast radius. Hey, listen, anything helps in that regard. You're able to, I think, sometimes catch more than 1 Guardian if they're grouped up. We still see some of that even after the Go Fast update. Folks are still team shotting. So if you can get this thing close to people, you'll definitely take a lot of health off people and sometimes get a double down with this weapon. So I love that about it. Now, ammo wise, you know, when you pick up in PvP, when you pick up an ammo brick, a power ammo brick, you're only going to get 4 grenades in it in PvP. Now, PvE, you get considerably more. But PvP wise, you're only gonna get those 4. So essentially, if you're playing it right, if you're playing it aggressively, you have a chance at 4 Guardians being killed by the weapon. But if you're being conservative, you're definitely gonna get your 2 kills with the weapon. Really, you know, or sometimes anywhere in between. You know, I usually get between 2 to 4 with every power weapon brick. So that's what also I like about it, because a lot of obviously with a rocket launcher you only get the 1 unless you got enemies grouped up, and in this one, again, you can really surprise folks, run around corners, drop it on them from the air, so forth and so on. So it really does make the weapon unique. You're gonna surprise some folks. Now, how you acquire it, it's a random drop in the Crucible with Lord Shax as well. So you can get it, you know, I've gotten it a bunch of times as a drop at the end of a match, or you can just go to Shax when you turn in tokens and get it that way. So definitely, guys, if you haven't played with this gun, you really should. It's really fun. And again, I mean, I'm laughing that folks are still not using it, and how many people I catch off guard with it. It's still amazing to me. So that is the play of the game. I hope you guys are enjoying some of the gameplay. I put in a lot of highlights that I've had with the weapon over my time using it. I've got tons of them. Some of them I actually wish I had recorded and I didn't. I've domed people from way across the map, just kind of firing it off and just, you know, seeing what would happen, and then 1 shot killing folks. So there's some really fun moments I've had with the gun. I continue to use it. I'm kind of addicted to it now. It's almost laughable when I try to use other power weapons, maybe a rocket launcher, but for the most part, this is my go-to weapon in PvP. And that's the play of the game, Weapon Spotlight. Again, my favorite power weapon in the Crucible, and one that you should absolutely use. This gun and the Colony are really the only grenade launchers at this point in time that are worth using in the game. Sorry, Fun Police, for those of you who follow Fun Police, but I can't use the Fighting Lion. I've tried. Obviously, I'm not skilled enough like you guys, but I really am not a big fan of the Fighting Lion. But the thing is, I know a lot of you will keep sleeping on this weapon, as I said, and that's fine. You guys are definitely letting me have all the fun. So let me know in the sections what you think of the play of the game. Are you using it? Why or why not? As always, I hope you found the content of this video helpful, and certainly appreciate you watching. Of course, if you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe, and if you do, hit the bell next to the subscribe button to get notifications when I post new videos. That is all for now. A sincere thanks to all you gamers out there, both casual and hardcore. Let's go and get our game on.